Welcome everyone. In this video, we'll be going over how to print an envelope using the Epson ET3950 printer. The process is simple, but there's two or three tricks that you need to know so you don't get frustrated. So let me show you how those tricks. What you need is an envelope. In this case, you'll be using the size number 10 envelope, which is standard for the US. Of course, you're gonna need the printer, and you're gonna need to have Microsoft Word on your computer for this tutorial. All right, let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna load the envelope into the printer, okay? So to do that, we'll open up the tray, pull it out. And yours is probably like this, where you have standard leather paper, but you can adjust the size of this by pressing this tab over here. All right, so we're gonna take the envelope, and then with the flap facing up and to the left like this, we're gonna put it in. And this is important. It needs to be facing in this direction. No matter what settings you put on your computer, it will only print in this direction. So make sure you have your envelope in that direction. Now we're gonna press the tab here, and we're gonna adjust the size of the tray so that it fits the envelope and it moves in easily, okay? Now that that's done, we're gonna close this, and let's zoom in on what it says, because this could also be confusing. Here it says that the paper that we've loaded is leather plain paper. Doesn't matter what you do here. Even if I do change it to, let's say, envelope and so on, here envelope number 10, it's not gonna work. So don't worry about this, just ignore it. We just go back and just click back again, okay? So now that we have the envelope set up, now I'm gonna show you how to use Word to print that envelope. All right, so for the next step, we're gonna go into our computer, open up Word. We're gonna open up a blank document. And here now, we're gonna go to Mailings up here. So let's click on that. Then we're gonna go to Envelopes, click on that. And now here, we can put the delivery address. So let's put that in here. I'm just gonna put a first name 1, last name 1, address 1, just the default one. And then the return address field here, we're gonna put return address. So click on here, Control V to paste that. And now we have, you can just type it in there. There we go, this is return address. Okay. And here it's showing you a little preview of how it's gonna look. So you're gonna have the return address, which is this over here in this area, and you're gonna have the delivery address in this area. All right, so now we can do some adjustments here. Additionally, one more thing. You can click this button here, and that's gonna omit the return address. See, it's gone, but we'll keep it, okay? So you can omit or keep the return address. All right, so now we can make a few adjustments. Let's go to options. Okay. And then here now, what we need to do is we need to select the envelope size, or yeah, in this case, we're using envelope size 10, so which is 4 1/8 inch by 9.5 inch. But there's other options here you can use, and you can also use a custom size, and you can enter the values here yourself. All right, but we're gonna keep the envelope size 10, so we'll select that. And then we can also change the font. You can click on font for the delivery address. If you click on font, you can adjust that, okay? Same thing for the return address. We can adjust the font there as well. We can also adjust the location of the return address and the delivery address. So let's take a look at the delivery address. If I were to click this, so you can adjust where it's saying. So you can do that. You can play around with it. I'm just gonna keep it on auto. There we go. And then same thing for the return address. If we come here, we can adjust that as well. There we go. But again, I'll keep it on auto. In fact, for the return address, I would recommend maybe keeping it a little bit this way. So I'm just gonna go a little bit that way. There we go. Maybe like 0.9 inches. All right. And now now that we've adjusted the location and font, and we've selected the envelope size, the next thing, you're gonna see these printing options here. So let's click on that. And here, for the Epson, anything you do here is not gonna change. The only configuration that's gonna work is this configuration, where you have just like I showed you initially, the flap needs to be pointing up and to the left. Okay, anything else you select here won't work. Doesn't matter. So make sure you, for you to remember and know how to put it in, go to face down and clockwise rotation, and that will show you this. So if I remove this face up, now it shows the address, right? We don't want that. We want face down. And if I were to do remove clockwise rotation, it puts the flap on the right. We want the flap to be on the left, so we go clockwise rotation. And finally here, keep it at the paper cassette. That should be fine. All right. Now that we've set that up, we'll say OK. And then now we can say add to document. And I do that just so we can preview the document. All right. So let's see. And this, when you click add to document, it will show you this Microsoft Word. Do you want to save the new return address as the default return address? We'll say no in this case. And now we see that this is this is what it's going to look like. All right, so if it looks good to you, great. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select this like that, and then I'm going to go home, click on home up here, and I'm going to click on this to increase the letter size a little bit to make it easier to read. Up to you. You can play around with the font here as well, but whatever you set up here, that's what it's going to be printing out as. All right, so now that we have that set up, the one thing is you can't just go to File, Print. That won't work. So whatever you do here, it's always going to be giving you a standard letter size. Even if it does say envelope here, it's not going to work. So don't do that. So let's go back. So what you should do is go back to mailings. Okay. So once everything looks good, go to mailings, then go to envelopes. And under here, we go to print. Okay. All right. So once you have that set up, I'm going to click print. And let's see what happens. And again, it's asking me if I want to save the, I'll say no. That should work. There we go. It's saying it's envelope number 10 plain paper. Great. So if I didn't do this, if I did the other option, it's gonna say that it's not envelope number 10. It's going to be size 8.5 by 11.5. So make sure that you do what I just said. And then here we're gonna say, yes, that is the print paper. Let's go like this, okay. The printing tray comes out. And that's it, that should work. All right. There you go, guys. All right, let's take a look at now what it looks like compared to the actual screen here. You can see that. Let me see over here. How do I do this? There we go. Just for comparison. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do hit the like and subscribe button. And until next time.